the South African National Defence Forces boots are on the ground in Alex, north of Johannesburg. The aim is to assist the police there to calm ongoing protests. Several stores, banks and buildings were destroyed by looters in Alex as well. My colleague, that's Masego Rahlaga, has been out and about in Alex. She's been there every day this week, as far as I can recall. Masego, good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday View. I was watching you live yesterday afternoon at some point when you were crossing in the afternoon to Clement Manyatela, and the stark difference when the soldiers hit the ground in Alex to the people and managing the situation very well, and people responding by scattering and running away. I wonder what's the situation now this morning, this afternoon, and where you are now. It looks like a truck, a JMPD truck, is loading goods. I wonder if they're recovering stolen goods.
Well, Bradan, as you can see, the JMPD as well as other law enforcement officials are on the ground. Basically, they got intelligence about where the looted goods would be found, and community members have been assisting them, basically, Bradan, in terms of recovering those goods. So this is not the first vehicle that we're seeing from JMPD officials that is leaving Alexandra with those goods that were stolen. We understand also that some people have been arrested because they found these goods inside their homes. So it's the people of Alexandra basically who have given police the intelligence about where they could find it. So here you go, doors were found to have been stolen, clothing, groceries, furniture. As you can see on that truck, there's even items such as fridges and beds. We saw those being taken on visuals sent by my colleagues in KZN during the past 2 days. It was the same that happened here in Alexandra. So police officials have been able to get those goods back. Yeah. The soldiers are here also assisting in terms of making sure that nobody comes close to this area so that police can actually take and confiscate these goods and officiate arrests. So this truck is actually not the first one. We also saw Bradan, community members themselves, as you can see there with that woman, community members themselves who are assisting police officers in terms of taking those goods and bringing them out here from their neighbors' homes. Now, I'm just going to walk with these police officers just to try and gain entry inside of one of these small passages. I think a lot of people would know from what we've shown them on eNCA about the passages, the small passages that you would find in Alexandra. So here are the community members assisting to take your door frames, your doors out of people's homes, to take them to that truck, that Metro Police vehicle that you saw outside there. So JMPD officials are also inside with them. So you would find that in one home, a person basically stole furniture and other goods, some of them still with price tags on them or still covered in plastic. And that's how police were able to identify these goods. In one household, Bradan, you can imagine how much you found because of how much looting took place all the way from the mall, including those other stores that are on the other side of the Pan-African Mall. So here's a police officer carrying a mattress. I think it's a 3/4 mattress. That is also one of those items that was stolen. I think this one, it was probably at a mall. Doors, for instance, door frames, etc. Bradan, that's what we're seeing here. And of course, those are the soldiers that are also assisting to make sure that nobody tries to, for instance, in Alexandra at some point, community members were actually also pelting stones at police and provoking them. So I think with the soldiers, there's a bit more respect, Bradan, and that's why they are inside with the Metro Police officers as well as SAPS to ensure that things are in order.
Yeah, you say it's not the first vehicle that's being packed, and we're seeing the soldiers and the JMPD and police going into those corridors inside there in Alex and picking up all that material
but
that's
then,
been...
apologies, I'm not sure, I can't hear you anymore because I think our call was cut. So I'm not quite sure if you're still asking me any questions. I think we were cut because of the network that you might lose as you go through the passages here in Alexandra. So I think I lost you there, definitely. And we just have to be careful, of course, as they move these items outside. But then thousands and thousands of items, hundreds of thousands of items recovered in these homes. I think at some point you could hear some of the community members who were telling the police exactly where to find these items, saying that, you know, these are our children, these are people that we know in our own community, and we still have to stay here and struggle to get groceries after what they did yesterday. So they decided to show authorities exactly where to find at least most of the goods that were looted here in Alexandra between Sunday and yesterday afternoon.
Okay, Masego, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much. That line breaking there a little bit earlier, but we got the gist of what is happening, as you can see. Thankfully, some people will say that the local community of Alex now has realized really what the wrong stuff that has been happening, a little bit of common sense coming out now, and people saying, let's hand back the stuff. And as Masego was saying, there's some of them saying, these are our children, and we still have to live here, and then taking back the stuff. I mean, look at the kind of goods that are being taken back. Besides foodstuffs, you have all kinds of a variety of consumer goods, including building materials like door frames and doors and sorts. And those are just some of the stuff, according to Masego. Another vehicle, another truck has taken everything else. And the soldiers have been working with the JMPD to recover these stolen goods in Alex. Now, let's go back.